Well, hello everyone. My name is Zachary O'Shea, and this is Box of Teeth. Here in the month of March, we're going over a particular universal antagonist that you can use for a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, and her minions one by one, and we have another minion for you today. As a reminder, here in March, the antagonist that we're covering is La Contessa, who's basically an amalgamation of Count Dracula and Van Helsing all rolled into one. She is a noblewoman whose family and estate was destroyed by vampires, which she then started hunting. She is also an alchemical genius who transformed herself into a type of scientific undead so she could continue to hunt those she hates, along with other sentient undead and their minions. However, this transformation and the time that she has spent in the hunt has slowly but surely bled away all of her morality, until now she's very much the ends justify the means. La Contessa covers three different subgenres of horror, that being scientific horror, gothic horror, and vampiric horror, and this extends to all of her minions. The minion we're going to cover today is another mimic, which is the corpse cart mimic. Soiled with blood and greasy stains, this horseless cart sits devoid of the corpses that it usually bears. The cart's corners are reinforced with rusted iron, its railing crafted from the same. The wheels, however, are in good repair, appearing to be recently replaced. These two are reinforced with metal. This is how this particular mimic appears until prey draws near. The cage transforms into fangs, its wooden tongue becomes a purple fleshy one, and spokes sprout into mottled pseudopods. Of course, sometimes it just lays dormant and people will just pile the food on in. The corpse cart mimic was alchemically gestated by La Contessa as another clever tool in her war against the natural undead. While it can only assume this one shape, the corpse cart is a devastating battlefield controller or cavalry weapon against the corporeal undead. Its unique physiology renders it immune to a variety of undead attacks, and it can chow down on ghouls, ghasts, goblins, well, goblins aren't undead, but who doesn't want to eat goblins, skeletons, and zombies with ease. The same can be said for pesky adventurers or innocent bystanders, or as La Contessa often calls them, collateral damage. Let's go ahead and take a look at the corpse cart statistics for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The corpse cart mimic is a large monstrosity that is challenge rating 4 and unaligned. Right off the bat, it does have something different than other mimic in that it has a speed of 40 feet, so it can run down heroes pretty easily. Has an okay armor class and okay hit points. It does have a lot of condition immunities to help it chow down on undead without having to suffer, as well as a wisdom saving throw bonus. It does have shape changer, adhesive, false appearance, and grappler like any other mimic would, that will only change into a corpse cart. It has an ability called Death on Wheels. Whenever it's in cart form, it drags creatures that are grappled, as long as they are large or smaller, along with it whenever it moves. And it does also have Trampling Charge, just like a horse would, except it's a corpse cart, so it runs you over, and then it can start hitting with pseudopod attacks as a bonus action. Speaking of pseudopods, of course, it does have that as an attack, along with bite and multi-attack, so it can make 2 pseudopod attacks in one action. It's a pretty simple creature all in all. It does basically do what it says on the box, which is great. I've used them in campaigns before without actually having La Contessa there. Even removed the restriction of them only being able to become corpse carts. It's been very fun to run over players and then it goes around a corner and changes into something else. I'd love to hear how you would use the corpse cart mimic down in the comments below. Of course, you can find La Contessa, all of her minions, and hundreds of other horror-themed monsters, all for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and all perfectly free at boxofteeth.blogspot.com. If you're more interested in the non-Dungeons & Dragons horror role-playing content that I have, or the horror fiction that I write that includes grease paint right here, book 2 will be coming out pretty darn soon, you can always go to www.zacharyoshea.com. For now though, and as usual, I really do appreciate your time and your attention, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the afternoon.